What's going on, dudes? It's your boy Andy Matrix. So let's talk about Japan. Let's go ahead and talk about Japan. So you guys already know a new game, a new Assassin's Creed game is was announced. It's gonna be coming out soon, I guess, or from the time of this video. And it's been controversial for the simple fact that people in the West think that they can just do whatever they want with somebody else's history. Now, you guys are probably wondering, well, what makes you any different from any other YouTube commentator about this topic? And let me put it this way. I took Japanese language in high school, okay? I was fortunate enough in my high school to take Japanese. Let's put it that way. I know two of the three Japanese alphabets. Yeah, Japan has three alphabets. I know two of them. Katakana, hiragana, and then there's kanji, which is really hard. So we're not even going to talk about that. Okay? So I grew up with a lot of Japanese influence, and I'm not talking about just anime, but like people that introduced me to the Japanese culture and just learning about the culture over the years. And also, I went to Japan back in 2019 before the pandemic, before the world went crazy. I actually went to Japan and I stayed there for 2 weeks. And I went to Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto. I went to Tokyo. I went to Kyoto, the old capital of Japan, right? The old capital of Japan, where the geishas walk around freely, but that's kind of changing now thanks to all the dumb foreigners like freaking Johnny Somali. But hey,
Hello, this is Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And make sure to subscribe to Andy Matrix's channel. Now on with the show.
so here I'm here at screenplaysmag.com, and it says, was Yasuke samurai? Was Yasuke a samurai or retainer? Controversy for Assassin's Creed Shadows. So basically, it's a whole controversy about Yasuke, the African samurai that was brought to Japan, right? That was brought to Japan by I think it was an Italian Jesuit, right? An Italian Jesuit, yeah, right. Um, so in the game, Yasuke is the main character, and there's like a female character, but she's like a side character, right? So and there's people saying that like here in Western gaming has become so PC, so politically correct that they don't even let you play as a Japanese samurai. You have to play as a quote unquote colored samurai. Let's just say. I'm trying to be very nice here because this is history we're talking about. Now, um, before I go on to my criticism, I think you guys should first check out Shogo's channel and how he explains the history of Yasuke. So actually, here's the clip.
でも始めましょ Let me first start from the most famous foreign samurai, Yasuke. In the Civil War era, many slaves were brought to Japan by European merchants and diplomats. Yasuke was one of those slaves that was brought to Japan by an Italian Jesuit. He was born in Africa, where Mozambique is now. Yasuke met the strongest samurai at that time, Oda Nobunaga, in 1581. Oda Nobunaga is the first samurai that almost conquered all of Japan. He was called the Devil due to his aggressive attitude and violent nature. This powerful samurai was very interested in his African slave, so he asked the Italian Jesuit to let him stay in Japan. The slave didn't have a name, so Nobunaga decided to call him Yasuke. Yasuke was 182 centimeters in a time when the average height of a man was 154 centimeters. Also, in some historical records, it is explained that Yasuke had strength worth 10 men. He was also a very honest and hard-working man, so he was officially allowed by Oda Nobunaga to carry katanas like samurais and own his own house. Yasuke would even hold Nobunaga's weaponry from time to time, which was a very honorable job because it meant that he was truly trusted. This means that Yasuke was in a much higher rank than most Japanese at that time. Oda Nobunaga died in a fire set by a traitor subordinate in 1582. Yasuke was staying at the same temple that night. Yasuke ran to tell the allies that there is a traitor and to protect the son of Oda Nobunaga. He was defeated and caught, but was released due to his loyalty. There are no historical records about what happened to him afterwards. Yasuke is very popular and famous in Japan, so there are many books, mangas, and movies about him. If you're interested, I hope you can check them out.
Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, so let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of other articles. And take a look at the disrespect here, okay? Take a look at the disrespect. This is coming from The Gamer, and it says the Assassin's Creed doesn't care about historical accuracy, and neither should you. In other words, middle finger to Japan, we're going to do whatever we want with your history. Screw you, Japan. And yeah. Yeah, it says I mean, I'm not going to read the whole article, but basically it's just absolutely disrespectful. Absolutely disrespectful the way they're using Yasuke, and also this title is very disrespectful towards the Japanese. And even the subheading here, it says the race's outrage towards Shadow's protagonist Yasuke has nothing to do with history. Yes, it does. This is absolutely disrespectful, and Japanese culture has become so popular, especially weebs. We're pretty I don't want to say completely, but a lot of weebs are actually very educated in Japanese history. Now, ever since Western media, Western entertainment discovered that Japan had a black samurai, ever since that they made that discovery, like now, not only did Netflix make an anime, but there was also what was it? There was also, I think they're making a movie now. I think Yasuke's gonna get a live action movie, and unfortunately, the actor from the Black Panther, what's his name? Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, Chadwick Boseman was supposed to play Yasuke, but rest in peace, brother. Hope you made it to heaven. God bless. He was gonna play Yasuke, but not anymore, of course. Here's another article. I'm gonna no, it's an article. Hold on a second. Another article says senior writer for Assassin's Creed. By the way, this is the parkplace.com. Says senior writer for Assassin's Creed Shadows declares there's more than enough games out there with white men as the only playable characters. Let's do better. Again, the disrespect, the absolute disrespect. And I'm gonna read to you, you know, I guess, a more in depth as to what they mean by that. So the guy's name is Armstrong. It says also shared in 2020 that he believes straight white men are privileged within the gaming industry. I don't understand how, but okay. He wrote in response to game devs of color requesting mentors to help Black game developers and artists with their careers. Thanks for kicking this off, Game Devs of Color Expo. Game writing is a tough field, even with all the privilege of being a cis white male. It says based on how very Black game writers I see, I can only imagine how much harder it must be. For advice on game writing and portfolio pieces, I am here. Yeah, so I really love how they get all of these blue hair, blue check marks type of people on their creative team. I mean, it really tells you, they literally tell you up front what they think of Japanese cultures. Like I bet you they didn't even research. I bet you they didn't even research this well enough to make this game. And over here it says, unfortunately, it says Japanese fans are puzzled that Yasuke is in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now let me ask you a question. Who do you think knows more about Yasuke than who do you think knows more about Yasuke's samurai history? The Japanese or the Americans? Who do you think more about George Washington, the history of George Washington? Americans or the Japanese? You tell me. So let's go ahead and see what some Japanese people, Japanese gamers actually think about, Yasuke being the headliner in this game. So some Japanese people are saying it says a game where black people massacred Japanese people in the Sengoku era. By the way, the Sengoku era, it was a time period in Japan where there was like nonstop war, by the way. The Sengoku period is a perfect example of UBI. Is this what happens when political correctness is taken to the extreme? Yes, it is, my friend. It says the sword is in the wrong position. It's no good to have it open at your side. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? The Japanese know. This is their culture. They know where the source is supposed to be, how everything is supposed to look. And then it says, I wanted Yasuke to appear as an ally. Are they mocking Japan? They should have made someone like Zaiso Kirigakure an assassin, right? So see, I don't even know who this Zaiso character is, but they know their history. We don't. Another Japanese person says it's a bit disappointing. I wanted to play as a Japanese ninja. It's my favorite game since I started with Syndicate and have never played everything. So this is sad, right? Another one says I don't think there are any Japanese people supervising the architecture. I bet you there isn't. And then it says it's Chinese and filled with lanterns, torii gates, and paper lanterns, so it doesn't feel like this. I think the Shogun stands out after the good examples in this drama. So you see, the Japanese people, they watch the trailer, right? They watch the trailer, and immediately they see the difference. They can see the difference between Japanese architecture and Chinese architecture. Now, being somebody that's obsessed with Asian cultures, I can tell you Chinese architecture, Japanese architecture, and Korean architecture, they are very different. Well, not very different, but you notice the differences if you study them closely. And these little details. These little details is something that a ignorant American would do when making these types of products. So, why are the Japanese angry with Assassin's Creed Shadows? Why the Japanese do not like this game and they're probably not going to buy it? And the reason is plain and simple because they know, as Japanese people, that they know their history, they know how things are supposed to look like in Japan, and the creators and developers are at Ubisoft are absolutely ignorant. And they always, here in America, they always talk about how it was unfair that black people were called that white people from Europe colonized other countries, blah 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 blah. But then you have these stupid gamers, stupid developers and people in the media trying to colonize Japan, trying to colonize anime, and basically trying to force Japan to bend the knee to what the Western world wants from them. Talk about colonizing. They're trying to colonize Japan by forcing them to comply. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. And if I were Japanese, I would just give them the middle fingers. And I would say Japanese people don't even buy this game. Don't even buy this game because, again, they're not doing this to be historically accurate. I mean, you see these articles. Take a look at these articles. This is from The Gamer. Assassin's Creed doesn't care about historical accuracy, and neither did you. It's absolute disrespect. Absolute disrespect. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a PNG tuber. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to comment below. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. Guys, it's your boy in the Matrix. Godspeed, baby.